Good morning, all. Good morning. Welcome to Plan Your Trade, Trade Your Plan Forex Review for 21st March 2019 with Great White. If you can hear me clearly, let me have your yes, please, so that we can get on with today's business. If you can hear me, please let me have your yes. If you can hear me clearly, let me have your yes. Good morning, Bola. If you can hear me, please let me have your yes, please. Good morning. If you can hear me, I'd like to see you typing yes before I start, please. Hello. Good morning. If you can hear me, please, can I have your yes, please? Can I have your yes, please, if you can hear me? If you can hear me, please let me have your yes. Okay, let me proceed. Good morning. So before I will start, this is a risk disclaimer. I will advise you take your time to go through this and get acquainted with what you're about to get yourself into. So that's out of the way. We start today with looking at our Forex Factories calendar to see what we have up to date. So today by 9:30 we have the Swiss francs SNB monetary policy assessment, then their rate, then the press conference by 10. If you've been in trading for a while, there's what they call, I can't remember what day it was, but it was a black day. And it was caused by an unexpected great news or decision by the Swiss National Bank. It wrecked a lot of brokers. A lot of brokers went under after that day. So I will advise you to pay attention to this news around this time, especially those trading CHF pairs, and sometimes it might affect other pairs. Then by 10:30 we have GBP news, high impact news, then Euro Economic Summit. Then we have this bank rate on the British pound by 1:30. We have the MPC official bank rate votes, monetary policy summary, official bank rates, and some other stuff. That's just major today. We don't have any US major or high impact US news in the afternoon. So that's out of the way. We go down into our chart. Like I cautioned most of you yesterday, the FOMC yesterday was a real fireworks. So that out of the way, we start with our dollar index. And starting the dollar index, as you can see, the dollar index had a massive drop yesterday. But the deal with this massive drop now is that it is sitting above this support here and this trend line support. As you can see, that is where you have price at the moment. So knowing that, you drop down to our intraday chart. So for now, knowing that the dollar index has a bearish bias to the downside, you'll be looking for rallies. You'll be looking for a rally probably to this resistance at 96.33. And if you get the right kind of bearish evidence here, then hello, if you're hearing me clearly, let me have your yes, please. If you're hearing me, clearly, please let me have your yes. If you're hearing me, please let me have your yes. Okay, so we might see a little bit of strength correction on the dollar index. And knowing that the dollar index has an inverse relation to the Euro USD. Should this correct, we may see a little bit of correction on the Euro USD, because for now, the dollar index is sitting above a long-term trend line. Like I said, the trend line is running all the way from this point, this point, this point, this point, and that's where price is currently at the moment. So after that, the next pair we'll be looking at is gold. Gold yesterday, look at the candle close. Gold yesterday closed pretty bullish. So looking at intraday perspective, gold is currently at the resistance area. If you observe, where gold currently is at the point at which this decline started. So that is where gold is at the moment. So at this point, one thing is certain, gold is bullish. So if you get it's at a resistance, so you cannot engage a buy at the moment. It's not a wise idea. So what you'll be waiting for is any dip, that's any correction down in price. And if you get maybe like this area here, this resistance here, this was previous resistance, it would now turn to support. Let me correct that. If the gold should come down to this area, that should gold come down to this area and give you a bullish evidence, then you may take a long trade up. That's the game plan on gold. You do not want to be caught any other thing for now on gold, because the gold and the dollar index, they are inversely correlated. If the dollar starts to gain strength, most often than not, the gold loses a bit of strength. So for now, gold is at a resistance area. If you don't have a prior long position, it's best advised to wait for a pullback before you go in. The next pair we'll be looking at is the USD Swiss francs. And looking at the USD Swiss francs, yesterday closed very bearish. Most often than not, in such situations, price may do a bit of correction before continuing the downtrend. So looking at this, we drop down to our intraday chart. There are two possible points here. One is at 99.27 and the next point is at 99.56. So should you get a pull back to this place, this point, that's this point, or higher to this point, or it may even extend to test this trend line, because there's a trend line here. Let me zoom out a bit. There's a trend line here, as you can see, the trend line from this point to this point, price broke it. So there is a possibility that price may either come to either of these three mentioned levels. And if those levels should hold as resistance, then we may see price continue the downtrend. That's it for USD CHF. The next pair we'll be looking at is the Euro USD. If you look at the Euro USD, like I noted yesterday, I said there was a support zone. As long as price does not go below that level, the Euro USD has the potential to move up. And as you can see, the FOMC came up and the Euro blasted north. It has broken two trend lines. Two trend lines on this pair have been broken. So it is clearly in a bullish state. So what you'll be waiting for as the Euro USD is pretty, as you can see, the daily candle closed pretty bullish. So what you do, if you don't know what to do, is you go to your MT4, pull up your Euro USD chart, drop down, move up to your daily. If you know how to use the if you know how to use your fib, from the high, you plot your fib on only the daily candle, only yesterday's candle. You go from the high, sorry, let me get this one, because you're looking for a retracement to continue up. You cannot tell at what point price will drop to and continue the up move. So this is what you do. You just draw your fib and wait, drop down to either your 1 hour time frame. When you drop down to your 1 hour time frame, what you will now be waiting for is price reaction at either between 38.2 to 61.8. Those are points where you'll be waiting for price reaction. If you get the right kind of bullish evidence at this point, then you can take your long positions in line with the prevailing trend on the Euro USD. So let me pick up. Okay, this is not my major chart. Let me go down to my intraday chart now. This is the intraday chart. I'm looking at the intraday chart. This resistance here seems to be playing at support. That is 1.1420. Should price go below 1.1420, then the next level of support comes in at 1.1388. Should that level hold as support, then price may move higher. But should it fail as support, the next level of support comes in at 1.1361 for the Euro USD. So the next pair we'll be looking at is the GBP USD. And the GBP USD seems to be in a sort of a flag of some sort on the 4-hour. If you look at yesterday's price, it closed pretty bearish, although it has a long wick to the bottom. That shows bullish evidence. So what do you do with this pair? And if you notice on this pair, this bullish candle, price has been ranging within the body of this bullish candle. As you can see, it's very, very evident on. So you can say now this might be a bullish flag. There might be a potential they might be gearing to move to the north, move further up. So how do we play this? We drop down to our intraday chart. As you can see, this is the channel or the flag down. Price tested the lower end of it yesterday and moved up. We go down to our 4-hour chart. So this is what we have now. This place acted as support. We have a little resistance here. So this is, I'm trying to get rid of this. So should price move above 1.3226, then you may see price head up back to this trend line, to the top of this channel. But should this level hold as resistance, then price may drop lower. The same system you used on the USD, on the Euro USD, you can apply to the GBP USD. Only on the daily candle, from the high to the low, you plot it, and if you observe, price is currently at the 61.8 of yesterday's move. So knowing that, you go back to your chart, and that's where price is at this point. Now you'll be waiting for a bearish evidence at this point to go short, because for now the price is definitely in a bearish move. The next pair we'll be looking at is the Euro GBP. Looking at the Euro GBP from a daily point of view, the candle closed very bearish, very bullish yesterday. So how do you play this out? You drop down to our intraday chart. But now the Euro GBP is at a resistance area. So this is the first level of support at 86.35. Should this level hold, then price may move higher into this resistance area. But should this level at 86.35 fail as support, then you may see price. If this level holds, price may do this. But should this level fail as support, then you may see price come down to retest this trend line for the second time. And should this trend line hold as support, then you may see price move higher. But below 85.90, 85.94, and then you may see price come down to 85.34. The next pair we're looking at is the AUD USD. Looking at the AUD USD, it broke above on the daily. Look at how the daily candle closed yesterday. Closed sort of bullish, but with a doji kind of situation. If you look at it, the news overnight helped it break this top trend line of this channel. So you go down to your 4-hour. The AUD USD is at a resistance area for now. As you can see, the trend line is still holding. As you can see, it broke above, then came back inside the trend line, and the trend line is now acting as a form of a resistance. I think this looks like a harami. This looks like a harami or an inside bar. This looks like a harami or an inside bar. So which points to the fact that there might be further weakness either down to 71.29 or 71.15 on the AUD USD for now. So, but for now, the pair is still in a bullish situation, but not so convincing. So you might see a little bit of weakness on it, as long as this resistance between 71.67 and 71.49 holds. Price may come down to this lower support area. The next we'll be looking at is the USD JPY, and the USD JPY dropped heavily yesterday. So where is price now? Price closed pretty bearish yesterday. So we go down to our intraday chart, drop down to our 4-hour. So this is the scenario now. Price may try to come down to this support at 110.33. And it is pertinent to note that below that level, you have a trend line. So there's a possibility price may try to hit this area, and if they find buyers in this area, they may move up. So your first level of support is 110.33. The next level is this rising support trend line. Then the next one is this 110.03, which is almost a psychological level. Your first level of resistance comes in at 110.76 and 111.14. So you may have price try to rally to any of these areas and drop, continuing in line with the bearish scenario. But bear in mind that should price move above this level and come back to this point, and this 110.76 acts as support, you may see price move higher. So you need to be aware of that. The next we'll be looking at is Euro Yen. And looking at the Euro Yen, it has been ranging. As you can see, it broke above this support at 126.58 and came back down into it. So this is just the range for the Euro Yen. You just need to, it can be pretty frustrating a pair at times to trade. But once you know where the range top is and the range bottom is, it's very easy to play out. So what you do now is, if this range bottom at 126.16 holds as support, then you may be looking to take a short from this position at 126.58, because it seems to be consolidating below a resistance zone. This resistance at 126.58, this falling trend line, and a resistance zone further up. So the best pair to play is just to look to sell rallies on the Euro Yen. The next pair I'll be looking at is the GBP JPY, and looking at it from the daily point of view, it closed pretty bearish, very, very bearish. But you must note there's a rising trend line. So how do you play this? You go down to our intraday chart. Two options. Price has two options for now. Price can either drop down to this area and bounce, or rally up into this area and drop. So this is just the two plausible situations on the GBP JPY. The next we'll be looking at is the GBP CHF. Looking at the GBP CHF from a daily point of view, the candle closed bearish yesterday, as you can see. But where did it close into? This trend line. As you can see, first, second. So the same system you use on the Euro USD, to chart the daily playout, you use the same system on the GBP CHF. So what is that system? You go over to your daily chart. When you go over to your daily chart, Then on only the candle of yesterday, from the top to the bottom, you place your fib. When you place your fib, you drop down to either your 1 hour or any lower time frame and wait for price to head up between 61.8 and 38.2 to engage in a short position because it has the potential to move up for now. Next pair will be looking up to, so if I go down to the CHF, so as you can see, it's sitting above a support. So there exists a potential that it may rally a bit. So above this 1.3114 and price may try higher to retest this trend line. This trend line here. So this is what we need to be aware of. The next pair we'll be looking at is the Euro AUD. Looking at the Euro AUD, rejected from this resistance at 1.6059 yesterday and dropped. So how do we play this? We drop down to our intraday chart. Now there is a rising support trend line, as you can see. Price broke, then closed back above it, and it's coming back down. And below that level, there's a static support at 1.5953. So now the game plan is this: if this level holds as support, price may move higher. But should this level fail as support, then you may look at price coming to this level, 1.5933, or drop lower to 1.5902, which is a psychological level. So that is it for the AUD Euro AUD. Just basically, this is his game plan. As you can see, it seems to have a bearish tilt to the downside. So you'll be looking for rallies to sell on this pair. The next pair we'll be looking at is the GBP AUD. And if you look at the GBP AUD from a daily point of view, it has the same setup. As you can see, there is a falling resistance trend line that was broken. Price tested it here. After that, support moved up. So there's a possibility price may come down to this level and test it. So knowing that, we drop down to our intraday chart. As you can see, this rising support here has been broken by price. So there's a possibility that price may come down to 1.8421. Should 1.8421 serve as support, if price comes down here and finds support, it may move up to test 1.8618. But should this level fail as support, then you may wait for a break, a retest. If that retest serves as resistance, then the price may come down to 1.8213. So the next pair we'll be looking at is the New Zealand dollar. So looking at it from a daily point of view, as you can see, it has the same pattern with I think it's the Euro and no AUD USD. Has the same setup. As you can see, it's currently at this trend line. Yesterday it couldn't break above it, but this break is too early in the day. So what you may have play out before the end of the day is that if this level holds as support, as you can see, there has been a retest of it already. Should this level hold as support, which is playing out now, price has this resistance at 0.6931 to break. A move above this level might see price come up to 0.6969. So for now, it's just to wait and see what happens here. But should any of these levels hold, the first level of support comes in at 0.6900. The next one comes in at 0.6870. The next pair we'll be looking at is the USD CAD. And as you can see, the USD CAD yesterday, this trend, this previously broken resistance is acting as support. And see, price tested it and this low and moved back up. So we go over to our intraday chart. Looking at our intraday chart, this is the game plan. This is your support, 1.3262. Your resistance comes in at this point. That's this falling trend line and this level at 1.3340. So this is just what you have to observe, because this long wick on the 4-hour points to the evidence of bullish pressure here. So there exists a potential that price may still try to move higher. The next pair we're looking at is the GBP card, and the GBP card is broken this rising trend line support. Seems to quietly be retesting it here. Although if you look closely, it might be trying to move up. If it fails at this point to go above this point, then there exists a potential that price will from here retest and drop down to this point. So that is it for our currency. Plan your trade, trade your plan currency review for the 21st of March 2019. As always, I wish you all a beautiful trading day in advance. If you have any questions, this is my Telegram handle and this is my Twitter handle. I'll be glad to answer any questions you might have. Wish you all a beautiful trading day and stay aware of all fundamental news releases and the time of their release. Thank you all for coming.